Nigeria suffers from the most power cuts in the world. That's according to the latest report by the International Energy Agency. The country has for years struggled with challenges in its electricity sector due to limited grid infrastructure and underinvestment, which has hindered economic development. As Ajek Mangut reports, experts say the country needs to boost investments in the sector to curb recurrent power failures.
A power outage at Glory Thomas's shop forces her to switch to her generator line. The fashion entrepreneur says she relies on the alternative power source due to regular outages just in order to meet client deadlines.
We need power to actually work, and sometimes we don't get it as much as we need it because they take the lights and return it back like after 24 hours. So we have to use gen, and to power the gen we need fuel for it, and we all know how fuel is really expensive now in the market. And of course customers will not agree. They will not hear if the fuel is expensive or there is no light. All they need is their clothes to be ready.
Electricity distribution companies in Nigeria reported a collapse of the national electricity grid at least 12 times in 2023 alone, leading to several hours a day of blackouts across the country. The Ministry of Power blamed the frequent grid collapse on low gas supplies to generating companies. The International Energy Agency says Nigeria's unreliable power supply has resulted in an estimated 40% of all the electricity consumed in the country being produced from backup generators. According to the Association of Nigeria Electricity Distributors, the nation has been generating and distributing an average of only 4,000 megawatts, far below the required 200,000 megawatts needed to meet the electricity demands of its over 200 million population. Experts blame this on many issues in the sector.
When you don't have investments, when the right tariff is not allowed to be charged, then there will be poor investment. And once there is poor investment, you cannot make progress. I mean, the generating stations are there. They will need to pay the gas people. The transmission people are there. They will need to service their equipment. And then not to talk of the discos, that the last man in the value chain. So there are quite a number of challenges.
Analysts say the government will need to continue to attract investment to the power sector to address these challenges.
We will need to increase the infrastructure now and again, increase the asset base now and again. But that is predicated on the availability of liquidity. You either go to international financing organizations to seek for funds. Of course, that has its own implication on the local economy, or government guaranteeing and one way or the other bringing in the private sector to come and do that investment.
Nigeria's government has said it will grow the power sector through investments to increase the electricity supply. Nigeria's Ministry of Power says it has drawn up a $20 billion investment plan to establish new power plants and transmission lines to increase electricity generation to 20,000 megawatts by 2025. It, however, says key players in the power sector need to collaborate in order to achieve this target. But until then, Glory worries that she may not be able to cope with meeting clients' deadlines for much longer if the irregular power supply persists. Ajek Mangut, CGTN, Abuja.